Welcome to the Armoury show. I'm Alex Marsh. Here's Nassim. How's it going?
I don't know. Is it still good to be a gooner?
It's always good to be a gooner, but it was just they've got a habit of ruining our records, haven't they? Putting an end to our unbeaten runs, that kind of thing. I don't know.
I don't know.
Still positive, but just disappointing. And instant karma for me laughing at United at the beginning of the season. Can't help it. The thing is, the fan base is so toxic that it's always good to laugh at them when they do actually lose.
Yeah, it is, but I don't know. I'm not too. I'm disappointed that it's United. But the performance wasn't.
Yeah, it was a good performance. Just no cutting edge. I think that's the bottom line. So let's see what's on the show today. We've got an anagram coming up.
Yeah,
the graphics team's gone to sleep.
I'm just waiting for the graphics team.
Still eating.
There we go.
There we are. Right, so we've got an anagram coming up as per usual. We've got the weekend results and predictions. We're going to talk about the Villa game and the United game, both of them, double game week. The transfers and loans and some rumours there. We've got the audience questions where we're going to get you guys more involved in asking questions. And the top question gets a prize. What prize have we got? Have we got a? Is it?
There we go. There we go.
There we go. Then we've got a little quiz. Actually, there's not much of a quiz. I think we've just got an anagram. It's just the anagram question, isn't it?
Yep.
And then got an on this day, and then we'll look ahead to the upcoming fixtures. See what the scores on the predictor game, and then we will reveal who we think is the post the question of the show. Yeah.
Yep. That's it.
Cool. So without further ado, shall we bring on our? Oh no, let's go with the anagram first. Hold on. Yeah. Oh, where are we going? Hold on, unsnarled. That is the anagram for this week. So if you know who that is, drop it in the comments. Let's bring our guests on.
We've got Craig. Welcome, Craig. And then
hello, guys.
I almost brought the graphics team on.
Ooh, no, you don't want to do that.
Good, Jeremy. Hi, Jeremy. And
Good,
Mark.
Jerry, how's it going? Hi, Mark. How you doing?
Hi, Alex. Hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
How are we doing?
Anyone get the anagram before we start?
It's quite easy, eh? It's quite easy.
No,
I'll
not
put
yet.
it up again.
Okay.
I think I didn't see the answer, I promise, but as soon as I saw it, I got it. Yeah, it's quite easy.
Okay. So you got until towards the end of the show to try and get that anyway.
So everybody,
you've got time.
Anybody watching the show, if you know the answer to the anagram, it should be at the bottom, scrolling on your screen as well. You can stick the answer in the comments.
Cool. So let's have a look at the weekend or the week update, really.
Yep.
When the graphics team wakes up again. There we are.
Hey!
First matches, yeah. So it was nice to beat Villa earlier in the week. Did any of you guys see any of the other games in the midweek?
Well, no, I didn't see any of the games, but, when I look at these names and I see Crystal Palace, Brentford, Everton, Leeds, West Ham, Tottenham, all these guys drawing. I mean, there aren't any easy games, are there? Crystal Palace on the first first night we didn't get any plaudits for that, because and people have struggled against him. So
I think one of the bigger shocks there was the Southampton beating Chelsea, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was quite a big shock. I would have said. Man City destroying any opponent is not a big shock.
I think
Liverpool were very lucky,
Liverpool,
Alex, as well. Yeah, they were really lucky. Liverpool. They scored
Liverpool.
There was 6 minutes injury time, and they scored in the 98th minute.
Yeah.
So,
I think Newcastle deserved that because they had 5 people laying on the ground at the same time. So yeah, they deserved it. I mean, it's 5 minutes minimum, and they were just trying to draw it out. So yeah.
Yeah. West Ham drawing it. Yeah, go on. Sorry.
I don't know.
Yeah. West Ham drawing at Spurs as well. Any surprises with that? I suppose I don't know. I suppose I would have expected Tottenham to beat West Ham on their current form, but I think West Ham are desperate for points at the moment, aren't they?
Yep.
Leicester City in trouble. They're desperately in trouble.
Serious trouble.
Yeah, they are.
Do you think? Do you think Brendan Rodgers is going to be next for the sack?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not looking good. But they also haven't bought well, have they? I mean, who have they actually bought? I don't.
There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on off the pitch there. I think because they've obviously sold. They've sold Fofana. Madison's not happy. Tielemans is not happy. Schmeichel's gone as well. Who's been with the club for years and years and years. So there's some, and then they don't get any money to buy new players. So I don't know whether Rodgers will do a Scott Parker and say, "Well, if you don't give me any money, I'm off ski." But he's probably going to get the sack the way they're going anyway.
Yeah. Do you think Bournemouth made the right decision to sack Scott Cardigan?
Scott Cardigan?
No, they weren't fair with him, man. I mean, check out the run he had. He had us, he had City, Liverpool. Who else did he play in his first 4 games? It's insane.
Yeah.
He was making a point that they haven't given him any money to strengthen the side. That's what it boils down to. And, you get stuffed 9-0 and he was too honest for his own good, really, by saying, well, it's going to happen again, guys, if we don't buy some players. And obviously the owner got the ump with that and decided, well, if you're not going to be positive with the team, then we'll get somebody in who has. And to be fair, at the weekend, they're 2-0 down at half time or just before half time to Forest, and they win 3-2. So that's an amazing turnaround there.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Gary O'Neill's sort of looking after them, I think, isn't he, on a temporary basis?
Yeah.
Bounced.
Do you think that Scott Parker was a bit too negative about his own players in interviews? He struck me as being a bit defeatist, really, even before he's even started games. He's always talking about, the golfing class between his own players and other teams. I mean, there is a clear golfing class, but I'm not sure you need to make it public that you're aware of that, really. It's almost like you're not backing your own players.
Didn't they win the first game against Villa? They won the first game.
Yeah, they did. They did win the first game. Yeah. And then they faced Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City. It's just like, well, I mean, you're not expected to beat those teams, are you? Really? You've only just got promoted.
But I think also, when you're talking about that, all that negative press comes with that, and then all the big dogs in the boardroom start hearing about that, and then it just creates a panic, really. And you kind of dig in your own grave if you do that, I think.
Okay, that's Bournemouth's problem.
Looking at the weekend fixtures, we'll talk about that horrible horrible.
We're not going to talk about the Arsenal.
Oh, look at that! We won 3-1. It wasn't so bad.
Oh my God! It was all a bad dream after all. Hey guys, we won. It's okay.
Oh yeah.
3-3. Wait, hold on a minute.
If only, eh? If only.
So we've touched on that Bournemouth score already. Chelsea back to winning ways. Unfortunately, Tottenham beating Fulham. Brentford, I suppose there's a bit of a surprise package so far this season. Absolutely, smashing Leeds, really. Tony with a hat-trick as well. Do you reckon Brentford are a team to look out for this season, or do you reckon it's just a bit of a they're doing a little bit of an initial season push and then they'll drop off?
Yeah,
I think Ivan Toney's playing well, isn't he? He played fantastic at the weekend, and obviously because of that, they're scoring the goals. I think they'll end up mid-table, Alex. I don't think they'll go down, Brentford. No, they're sort of mid-table side, really. They're doing okay. They bought well at the back. They bought the lad from Burnley, didn't they? Was it Tarkowski they got?
Yeah, they got Tarkowski. Yeah.
And we got them after Everton now.
Did they get Tarkowski or did Everton get?
No,
Tarkowski?
but it's Ben Mee, wasn't it? It's Ben Mee.
Ben Mee. Yeah.
No, I'm saying that we play Brentford after Everton, and then it's the tough ones against Spurs and City. Yeah.
Well, October is looking a nightmare. We'll talk about the game after tomorrow, but we've got Brentford away, Spurs at home, City at home, Liverpool at home, and Leeds away. How many points are we going to get out of those games?
Yeah,
it's all winnable. It's all winnable. All winnable.
Yeah, they are.
It's a good job we don't have anyone injured, isn't it?
Yeah.
Party will be back.
Oh, yeah, but they're dropping like flies. So, and then they come back, but then for how long? Who knows?
And we've got the Europa League in the middle. We've got
quite a lot. Yeah, September has just been packed out with the Europa League fixtures, hasn't it?
Which is nice for people to come up to speed. I mean, we've got so many players on the bench that we haven't really seen this season, and for them to get a good run out where, this season it helps a bit because we are now playing with that Europa League. We're playing those players, so when they come into the Premiership, they'll already be match fit and match ready.
Yeah,
with a little bit more experience. So even though it's a bit congested, I'm pretty happy that we're in it.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'd like to have seen us got a couple more players. I mean, I thought we didn't have a bad window, but we're probably still 2 players short, really, in my opinion. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I'm sure that I read Arteta's comments and he said he didn't want to buy a load of donkeys or waste money on people that weren't good enough, and I get that. But do you think Tielemans would have added value to the side? Obviously, they swapped horses there somehow. At the beginning, he was the main one, and then they were after David Luiz at the end, weren't they? So
I think the money for him for a year left was the biggest hurdle in that one, and we can always go back to that in January, and there could be a cut price on that because there will only be 6 months left. Otherwise, it goes for nothing. So at the moment, I feel that the team, as it stands, can see us to January. With the fixtures and with the World Cup coming into play, we can actually.
That is strange from Villa not to want to sell him, though. I mean, they're not going to get any money for him. They could get it.
But it's whether they get, the problem is that it's the last day of the transfer window. They haven't planned on selling him. All of a sudden, he wants to go. He wants to come to Arsenal. But then, if he goes, who have they got to replace him? Because Villa haven't got
Ndonka. They got Ndonka.
And also, it's a message that they would send to the team. You're getting rid of this guy right at the end. That they're already on a down.
Douglas Luiz isn't a bad player either. I mean, he's not a world-class player, but he's a very competent player. And when you've got Partey and El Neni out, and you've just let Maitland-Niles go, you go, well, is Sambi that kind of player that should be playing in that position? And for me, the answer is no. But we'll talk about that in a minute. I'll just get through the table. How are we looking there?
Predictions for last week. Jeez. I think Ashraf was the only one that got it right, eh? Other than for the Villa score, everything else doesn't matter because everybody else was wrong.
Yes, as Glenman got it right.
Yeah.
1-3. Oh no, sorry.
No. Nobody.
No. Everyone backed Arsenal.
Nobody predicted us to lose that game. So,
Alex, have we going to score? When have we scored 4 goals at Old Trafford?
Nah, I don't even know. I think someone stole my 2-0, did they? Maybe. I don't know. No, I just went for it. Oops.
Unfortunately, so did Arteta.
Yeah.
we saw what happened.
Oh, dear. So we are still top of the table, thankfully. But we do have a loss against us. Brighton. That's a bit of a surprise. Are we expecting them to drop off,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
are we?
Mm,
Generally?
they're
Yeah.
a couple of injuries away from that.
Mm.
You know,
Another surprise package for me, anyway, has been Fulham. They were incredibly difficult to beat.
were.
I think they were also quite unlucky against Spurs. Do you reckon we'll see Fulham in the top half of the table at the end of the season?
Yeah, these
No.
relegation teams
No,
normally
not
start
not,
off well.
not top half, Alex. They won't go
No.
down, I don't think. I think they've got enough in the side. The defensively they look very solid. You're right, and Mitrovic is going to score goals. So I think
he looks
they'll beat a
different.
lot of the lower teams. But they won't. They're not going to be in relegation trouble. They're going to be like Palace and that sort of mid-table mediocrity. That's where I think they'll finish.
Better than I was expecting, though. A lot better than I was expecting.
Yeah.
well, they're a solid unit, aren't they? Very hard to break down, and then you got that massive forward in front.
And Leno's not a bad keeper. Leno's not a bad keeper.
He's a very good shot stopper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His distribution is terrible.
Yeah,
that's true. Unfortunately, United are up there. Brentford are up there as well. Bottom half of the table.
I mean, just another point on the top half. It's so congested on the top there. I mean, one loss and you down to third.
It's always like this. Early days, isn't it? Really?
Early days, yeah.
So that's going to shift around a lot, I should imagine. Bottom half.
Yeah, where will we be at the end of October? That's the question.
Yeah. Some very, very tough fixtures. Leicester City are in real trouble. Forest, I can see Forest going down personally. I think West Ham will claw themselves back up the table, but they've got problems, I think, as well. I think David Moyes needs to get COVID again and work from home.
I don't think
Forest will be relegated either.
You don't think they will? I don't think they've got enough goals in the team. That's the thing. That's why I think they'll struggle.
They spent a lot of money, haven't they?
They spent a lot.
But then, you look at the last time Fulham were up, and they spent about over 100 million, and they went straight back down. And their form was abysmal, wasn't it?
I mean, Nottingham Forest seems like a team that's just went crazy and panicked in the window, just doing anything just to stay up. But they didn't have a plan, really. There wasn't anything. It just seems chaotic over there. And I don't know how they're going to sustain themselves. So, yeah.
Do you think Newcastle are doing as well as you thought? I mean, they've only got one win, haven't they? Drawn against they drew against City, which I think they should have won that game actually. And they narrowly lost against Liverpool. But do you think that they're the package that we expected with all that money that they've been able to spend?
Well, I don't think they scratched the surface on the money that they're able to spend.
Yeah, You're saying financial fair play is doing its job?
Maybe in this case, yeah. But I hate to see what they can do in the future. But for now, I think they're doing well. I mean, they're looking solid. They're coming together quite nicely. I think they'll be top half of the table.
Saint Maximus. It's good.
6, maybe Conference League, even I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think they're a decent side. They've bought well. Pope's a good goalkeeper. Trippier's been a good buy. Dan Burn's been a good buy at the back, and I'll be interested to see how Isaac does because we were in for him, weren't we, at one stage? So I think they're probably lacking a bit in midfield. I think that's where they're. If Willett keeps getting in the team, they can't be that good, can they? But they'll probably finish 8th or 9th, something like that. I don't think they'll be a lot higher than that. I don't see them challenging the sort of top Europa League places or anything like that.
Not yet, at least.
Not
anyway,
yet, no.
At least I would imagine.
Wait till they find a way to funnel that money.
Cool.
Yes, on to the matches. Report from the stands. Yes. So at the Emirates, I don't know if anyone else. Mark's probably aware of this. They changed all the menus, didn't they? So so the food's all completely different. Well, different but same-ish but different. So yeah, I decided to go to I think is it Cafe at 14 or something like that, which is at block 14. And they've got really, really good jerk chicken there and great sheet kebabs there, which were awesome. It was banging food actually for the stadium. Yeah, the Jamaican jerk chicken, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's rice and they call it rice and peas, but it's rice and beans, isn't it? Yeah, it was pretty awesome food. If you ever go, check it out.
Starting lineups.
Was this Villa?
Yeah, so we've got two. These are our lineups for both the games. So, do you think we should have rotated more against Villa, or do you think we were right to field that team?
I think we were right to field that team. I think we've got to pick our strongest side, Alex, in the league. We can rotate Thursday night when we're playing in Europa. I don't see that's a problem. And give, as Craig said earlier, give people a game there. It's funny. I thought Sambi was probably man of the match against Villa. He had a great game. He played really fantastic.
Yeah.
And then yesterday, when I look at, I'm sure you're going to talk about it anyway, but when I look at a couple of their goals, he was badly out of position. And if Partey had been playing, I don't think they would have scored them. But it is what it is. But he's a young lad. He's 22. He's gonna make mistakes, isn't he? So
yeah. Did we have any other choice other than him in midfield? Do you think we should have? Do you think maybe for the United game, if Zinchenko is back, we've already got Tierney on the bench who can play. Could we have played Zinchenko in that position? Do you think?
Yeah, I do, and I think we could have also played Ben White there as well. He's played there for Brighton, so they could have played Tommy at right back and played Ben White as the other holding midfielder. But hindsight's a wonderful thing. We won all our first 5 games, so you can't say he was wrong, can you? But it didn't work yesterday. We just got caught on the break.
Yeah. Any other changes you would have made? Anyone for any of those fixtures?
No.
All happy.
Yeah.
Damn. What about Nketiah? Would you like to? Would anyone like to have seen Nketiah start against Villa?
Ahead of Gabriel Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus. Yeah. No.
No.
Right. Okay.
Let's move along.
What about Saka?
About. I still don't think
Saka's not been
Eddie
playing well.
deserves to be at Arsenal.
Really?
I still don't think he's good enough.
Did you watch the game against Villa?
I did.
I think.
Did you see what he did at the end?
I think he was.
He did fantastically well. There.
Yeah.
He made a difference against Villa.
I think he has actually added a hell of a lot more to his game recently. He looks like when he's come on, he's looked like a totally different player. He causes defenders all sorts of problems. He was Villa players were having an absolute nightmare when he came on the pitch.
Yeah.
He's quick, isn't he? And he's nippy. And when you've got tired legs, you've been playing for 70, 80 minutes. He does make a difference. So I agree with you, Nazim. I don't think he's quite good enough yet, but we haven't got anybody else, so we're going to have to use him. Yeah. Well, interestingly enough, I don't know whether you guys picked it up in South Africa, but Balogun scored 5 goals in 6 games in France on loan.
Yeah.
So
Tavares
and Tavares as well. Tavares is doing
Tavares got like
he's got
2
3,
goals.
I think. He's got 3.
Has he got 3?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but I mean, you're right. If Gabriel, God forbid, he gets injured, Jesus, if Eddie starts, we can have problems.
Do you guys think we should be giving Saka a rest? Do you think he's
go down
Yeah, I do, Alex. He's been poor since February, to be honest.
Yeah.
He was okay the other night, but he's sort of, they've worked him out. They know he goes onto his left foot all the time. If you watch the games now, he's double teamed by the fullback and somebody else. It was yesterday in the Man United game, and they force him onto his left foot, and he ends up losing the ball. So I do feel he needs a rest.
Interestingly, almost the first time that he actually got the better of him was when he went on the outside with his right foot.
Yeah, correct.
And he used to do that. And he used to do that a lot more than he does now. Now he's become so predictable. It's almost like he's got Pepe's disease. where he just
Yeah, I
cuts
agree.
inside, and it's
Does
just it is a one-trick pony.
does Marquinhos play on that side?
I'm
Where
not
does he
sure.
play?
I don't know. He'll be hopefully he'll
Right,
play
yeah.
Thursday.
Marquinhos plays on the right hand side by Saka.
Does he?
Okay, so you play there on in Europa then.
Yeah, he'll
Yes,
play
yeah, he
Thursday, Marquinhos. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, but Saka's looks tired.
I agree. Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
he looks burnt out.
Yep.
Do you reckon we should have
It is.
played Zinchenko yesterday? Would you think it was too
Yeah.
early for him to come back and start?
I think just for United, for the big of the occasion, I think you needed somebody that's beaten them at Old Trafford. You know, someone. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was okay, Alex. I didn't think he was a problem really. Look,
No.
we'll talk about the game in a minute, I'm sure, but we played well yesterday. We should have won that game if we'd have taken our chances. We could have been 2 or 3 up. We had a goal disallowed. I'm sure you'll talk about that in a minute as well. But we were well on top for long patches of the game, and then we just fell for the sucker punch and got done on the break, didn't we? Twice, maybe 3 times.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Do we have those stats? Yeah, let's show you the stats.
Yeah.
So we dominated the Villa game easily there. I mean, I thought we should have been like 3 or 4 goals up in the first half. Personally, I think we were just wasteful in front of goal. We should have killed them off in the first half.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, I don't know what you guys thought about the Villa game.
I think Martinelli had a few chances.
22 shots on goal, 9 on target for the whole game. 22 shots. That's a lot.
Well, why are we not scoring then? Because it was the same yesterday. 16 shots, only 3 on target, and only 1 goal. And we seem to be shooting, but for whatever reason, they're getting blocked or they're going for corners or whatever. And we're not turning our possession and our our sort of passing ability. We're not turning that into goals at the moment, and that's a problem. Because even against Fulham and against Villa, we could have scored more goals.
Do you think it's the way that people are setting up against us? Do you think that everyone is playing against us deep and then hoping for a lucky counter or a mistake?
Yes. No, I mean we've got a lot of quick passes. I mean, talking about yesterday and yesterday's game, I know that Odegaard had like a clear chance and he didn't. I don't think he even hit the target. And Saliba also early on had a chance, and he didn't hit the target either. So that stands out for me from yesterday's game. The Odegaard one he should have put in. It was on his left foot as well.
That was a horrendous miss.
Yeah, but again, Saka missed that open goal against Villa, didn't he? If he'd have taken that, he should have scored. Taken that with his right foot, he would have scored. But they're the sort of chances we've got to start putting away. Because otherwise, we're always likely to let a goal in against the run of play, like against Villa. A goal from a corner. Like yesterday, we were playing really well. We were well on top, and then that bloody Anthony scored, didn't he? Out of nowhere, because we made 1 error. So.
We have to get a killer instinct in front of goals.
Do you think also it's a problem with how the manager's setting things up? Is that why we're not clinical enough in front of goal, or do you think it's individual players are just not hitting the target?
Yeah, I think it's more the latter with the players, because I mean you can only do so much as a coach and a manager, to prepare a team to go onto the pitch, and they have to do the rest of it. And not for the lack of trying. I mean, the boys put everything out there, and you can't fault that, really. We were very unlucky. We've been very unlucky. We need to be more ruthless. We in front of goal. I think, I'm still interested to see the Eddie and Jesus connection in front, playing with 2 forwards, because we saw a bit of that in the preseason games, and they seem to be linking up really well.
And then who do you drop then?
Saka.
Yeah.
It's to drop
give
Saka.
Saka a rest. That's all.
Yeah.
At the moment. Yeah.
So Eddie's going to play on the right then.
Do you think? Well, I don't know. You could play Jesus on the right, couldn't you? You could play Eddie up front.
You're on mute, Craig.
He's frozen. Oh, he's back with us now.
It was a great speech. I'm sure.
Thank you.
Do you guys think we going back to that Wenger,
Seemed a
where
little
we
bit
try
like
and walking the ball, trying to walk the ball into the post, like from close range. We're not taking shots
Well, we've
outside
got
of the
better
box. Trying to,
defenders to begin with, better than
Yeah.
walk the ball
Wenger
into the net
era.
and get caught on the counter by Man United. Well, I don't know what gave you that idea.
Sounds like a movie I've watched.
Deja vu.
With many
let's talk. Let's
yeah.
talk about the elephant in the room. The Odegaard tackle foul. What do you guys
Well,
think?
we'll go on to the
Okay.
Man United
Okay,
game. Yeah, let's
okay,
talk about the
okay.
Man United game because everyone's dying to talk about the Man United game. Go on then, and seeing as you brought it up, Jerry,
Yeah.
was it
The floor is
a
yours.
clear and obvious foul?
Yes, it was.
It was a clear and
think it
obvious
was.
foul.
I think
Removed
it was.
from group.
I hate to admit, but if that was
Okay.
Yeah.
So wait. I'm going to play devil's advocate here. So if that is a foul, and then Douglas Luiz's goal on last Tuesday, did we play last Tuesday? Whenever we played Villa,
The corner.
He was
The
out.
corner, yeah.
the corner goal, was that not a
Yeah.
foul then?
It was absolutely
it
a
was-
foul.
That looked like a foul to me,
Same thing.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how is that not a foul, but this is a foul?
Well,
Was it-
In
that's what
normal
they're
time,
arguing.
in normal time, it
looked
doesn't
at
look
it.
like a foul. Slow motion, it looks like a foul.
Was
That's
Eddie
what they're
fouled?
arguing about consistency, aren't they? Consistency
Yeah.
of decisions. Because, to back you up, Jerry, I thought it was a foul in slow motion because he didn't get the ball, did he?
Yes.
But
No,
the
he
referee
didn't.
played on, and therefore it wasn't a clear and obvious error, and therefore the goal should have stood, in my
VAR
opinion.
shouldn't have gotten involved. Basically.
Yeah,
And benefit of the
VAR
doubt
shouldn't have got involved. Yeah,
Also, was the foul after Saka pulled his shot wide? Was that foul on him? Because was that a foul on him? Was that a penalty? Was the Maguire pulling down Eddie? Was that also a penalty as well?
Yeah,
Well,
that looked odd.
I
That
mean,
was
there's still
there.
contact there, right?
Yeah, I mean,
And you didn't
The-
get
a
the
line
ball
needs to
in
be
either
drawn,
case.
I
So
mean,
where do
So
you
you
draw
don't
the
think it
line,
was a
bro,
foul,
you know?
Alex? You don't think it was a foul? You think it was soft?
I mean, it's very, very soft. I mean, the new directive for refs now is supposed to be, and we've heard this multiple times for multiple games, they're supposed to be more lenient, and if players go to ground too easily, they're supposed to be ignoring that, and that seemed to be the case for the first one or two games that we've seen. But now all of a sudden Arsenal score a goal, and he's gone down under a nothing challenge. Really, it's the softest free kick ever. And the ref's not giving it there and then because he knows it's soft. But then, because VAR have told him to take another look at it, he's got to go and take another look at it. And then you see it from multiple angles and you go, well, it is a foul technically, but should I just not let it go and let play continue, which is what my directive should be?
And I'm at Old Trafford as well. I'm at home.
He plays to everyone knows Paul Tierney plays to the home crowd. I mean, he did it against us when we played Spurs, didn't he? He was, Son literally did not look at the ball at all. He ran straight into Rob Holding. The ball's going the opposite flipping direction to where he's running, and he just runs into Rob Holding. It's a sending off effect. He loves playing to the home crowd. Paul Tierney does. I'm sorry, but that's my opinion of it.
They looked to not give us a goal. I mean, they tried really hard.
If we're 1-0 up at Old Trafford, they have got nothing. It was an onslaught for the first 10 minutes, in my opinion, and then Ramsdale didn't even make a save.
Yeah. Remember?
Yeah, but from then onwards, we were fantastic, and their goal was very much against the run of play, and the same in the second half. We came out and started the second half really well and played fantastic for 20 minutes, and then they got that goal again against the run of play, and it killed us. And then, well, I don't know whether you guys are going to talk about this anyway, but about the substitutions yesterday. Arteta went into panic mode. He didn't need to put 3 subs on at that stage, in my opinion.
We went top.
Do you think he went full Wenger, didn't he? And he threw on 3 attacking players, and no one really knew where they were supposed to be playing. The whole shape was dead. They didn't know. For me, every time we've played this season, it always looks like everyone knows exactly where they're supposed to be, and there are where there used to be pockets of space. Those pockets of space are now filled with players. Everyone knows where there's going to be a player so that they can make a pass. But those three substitutions came on. Those three guys came on, and we didn't know where we were supposed to be passing the ball anymore.
Gary Neville called it on commentary, didn't he? He said either this game's going to be 5-1 to United, or it's going to be 4-2 to Arsenal.
Yeah.
And he was right, because it was just then it was all out attack. It was the old Aussie R dealers, throw 11 forward and don't worry about the defence. And it was a bad decision. I thought he needed to change it, but not all three at that particular time, because we lost all our shape, our structure, and you could see
he could have just taken Saka off and replaced him with Eddie. I mean, that would have been a better substitution for me. I mean, that's all he needed to do, really. Tomiyasu didn't need to come on.
I think he was
Sambi didn't need to go off necessarily. But if you're gonna take Sambi off, I mean, move Zinchenko or someone into midfield and put Tierney on or something like that. But I could understand Zinchenko going off if he's not fit or whatever. But I don't know. Just a few things just didn't make sense to those substitutions.
No, I didn't get it.
Mind you, I thought that Fabio Vieira had a good game. I liked what I saw. A little bit what I saw.
Yeah, he looked good, didn't he, when he came on? I'm really looking forward to him playing on Thursday, because obviously we'll see him. We'll see him properly then.
Do you think he's going to play in that number 10 role, or do you think he's going to play in a wide role?
I think he'll play in the 10 in the Europa League games, because I think they'll rest Odegaard in those games. But
no Smith Rowe now as well, because he's injured, isn't he?
He got injured in the warm down, didn't he? Yeah, in the warm down yesterday, apparently after the game. But he's been poor as well. You said what you were saying about Saka earlier. He's been poor since Easter as well. Smith Rowe. He's just not showing his own how he was, Yeah.
I think he also needs a good run in the team also to show that,
He's not had much game time, has he? I mean, Martinelli's been favoured, and when he was coming on and getting some game time, I mean, he was scoring goals, wasn't he? I mean, he wasn't our second highest scorer last season, and for the amount of minutes that he actually played, it was quite impressive. Minutes to goals ratio, I thought.
But I mean, I know we're bitching and moaning, but what I like is at least we're playing entertaining football, man. We passing the ball. Going forward for the rest of the season, I'm confident that we're going to do well. So it's positive signs, and I think we're going to learn more from losing that game than winning yesterday.
I think defensively we're better than a Wenger team. I think we pass the ball around like a Wenger team. I just think we're missing that cutting edge in front of goal.
We're missing a theory, Henry.
but don't you think it will come? I mean, the more this team plays together, and the more games they get together, and the more understanding that they get, I think throughout this season they're going to get better. I mean, if you look at the players that we had last season and how they've come over 12 months, it's amazing actually to see the change in this team. And because it's a young team, they're constantly learning, they're constantly growing. Arteta's he's going to tweak a few things and try a few different things to make it work. But I think with the way the team is set up and the way the team can mature and even progress this season, I think we've got that the scoring goals will come. But I think at the moment we just need to get our defensive stability again and not get caught naively at the back like we did 3 times.
Because Gabriel was out of position for the first game. I don't know what he was doing there. It was just
Well, he missed the tackle, didn't he?
And Zinchenko as well.
Yeah, well, the problem was Sambi was out. Sambi was out of position. Gabriel went to the tackle, missed it. That pulled Zinchenko into the middle and left Anthony free on the edge.
It
was a catalogue of errors, to be honest.
I think Sambi was completely at fault.
Partey wouldn't have done that.
Partey wouldn't have done that. Elneny wouldn't have done that because they're used to that sort of more of a holding midfielder role and keeping their position, whereas Sambi is more that progressive, push the ball forwards, the pitch kind of midfielder. What choice did we have? I don't know. I would have probably played Zinchenko in midfield and played Tierney. But I don't know. Sambi's desperate for game time, desperate to prove himself, and like Mark said, he was the best player on the pitch. I thought against Villa, apart from when Eddie came on. I thought it was great.
What did you think about that ball for the goal? Well, our disallowed goal. I mean, that through ball was that was Sambi.
He's great at playing. He's a great passer of the ball. He's great on the ball. He's not a ball winner though. That's the issue I've got with Sambi.
It doesn't come naturally to him.
Doesn't
it doesn't? It seems.
He's not great at winning the ball back.
And
he's
breaking up play.
He's your replacement for Xhaka, not your replacement for Thomas Partey.
But is there a replacement for Thomas Partey though? The way he can go on the half turn, pass the ball through the channels. It's and that's what people are crying for, but they're hard to find. They're a unicorn.
Spurs has got him.
Think about it.
Basuma, we should have bought Basuma. I said that last season.
Spurs has got him, and he's not even playing.
Okay. Anyway, guys, we need to jump to questions from the audience. There's not a lot.
Okay.
There's a
Have
few.
we got some audience questions?
We do.
What have we got in the bag?
Before we kind of jumped on this a little bit. I don't know. Why did the deal fall through for Tielemans? I believe he's coming as a free in January. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I think that's just a question. Does anybody know why the deal for Tielemans didn't happen, and if there's a deal going to happen in January?
Well, it seemed to me, from looking from the outside, it seems that the money was too much that Leicester were asking, and we thought, a guy left with 1 year on his contract, we can wait for him. January comes, we can go for him. Half the price, I reckon.
Is it up in January? Is his contract up in January?
I don't think it's up in January. I think
he's allowed to talk. He's allowed to talk to any club without permission. He doesn't need permission in January to talk to other clubs.
Right, but he can't come on a free in January.
He can't come in a free in January. Then talks to other clubs, can come free in the summer, next summer.
So when Leicester get relegated, he can walk out.
He can walk out.
He's going to walk out anyway, isn't he? Let's face it.
Yep.
And that's a big problem with their team. They got so many people on 1 year left, and
you remember a couple of years? That was us, eh?
That was us,
That was us.
You got to give credit to Arteta for what he's done with the team now. There's actually some value in this team.
Yeah, there's a good comment there about Tielemans actually from Duran. Is Tielemans even really performing at the moment? Because I don't think he is. Is he? No. I mean, Leicester are bottom of the table.
We don't need Tielemans. We don't need Tielemans, man.
No, Tielemans, I think, is more of an attacking kind of midfielder. But when you think, Jack is sort of filling that role. We've got Odegaard and we've got Vieira as 10s and Emil Smith-Rowe as a sort of 10. I mean, do we need it now? I'm not sure.
Here's another question. Why are we the only club in for him? Nobody else wants him. So why are we?
Well, I heard rumors that he'd already signed terms with us, so maybe that's a reason where something's already in place and he wants to come here. Same with happening.
I can tell you one benefit that he's got that none of our other players don't have is that he takes shots outside of the box and he's normally accurate to that, and none of our players really do that, which is one of the positives of bringing him in that I can think of.
Thomas Partey used to quite a lot.
and
used to hit Rose.
Okay, next question. That's off the Tielemans one. So, if Liverpool can't beat Everton, are we in trouble when we play Everton? I'm assuming that's what Alistair means.
Well, that's a derby, isn't it? It's like they're really up
Liverpool
for those
couldn't beat Fulham, could they? And we beat them, so.
We'll beat Everton next week. We'll beat Everton next week at home.
I wouldn't want to be going up. Smashed them at the end of last season.
I wouldn't want to be going up there. I wouldn't want to be going up there. They're not a good side. We'll win on Sunday. Maybe 2. We'll do the predictions later. 2 or 3. I think we'll be okay.
Okay, then question from Warden. Are we making too many passes in the box?
Are we walking the ball in?
Are we walking the ball in?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost like going back to the Wenger days a little bit, where we try and pass the ball into the back of the net.
Yeah.
We lack
Look, I
that
think-
sort of a Pires guy, don't we? That isn't afraid to shoot. Well, I think someone's already
Yes.
mentioned that.
Mm.
So
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. And last question: where's Reece Nelson?
Isn't he injured? Yeah.
Injured.
He's
yeah.
injured, yeah.
Always difficult to sell an injured player. Yeah. Who was that? Who was that right back who used to get injured every time it used to come to the transfer window? He went to. Did he go to Forest? I think he now plays in Australia. What's his name?
Oh, yeah. He's a big gooner, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Jenkinson,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Carl
Jenkinson.
Jenkinson. That
Carl
was it.
Jenkinson,
Yeah. Transfer window. Oh, injured.
I mean, he was a fan that got really lucky, you know.
Yeah.
10 years.
I
10
would have
years.
loved to.
He's playing for Melbourne City, I think.
Yeah. That's it.
Oh, bless him.
Okay, so here's another question from Morgan. Is our current squad big and strong enough to keep us in the top 3 come the turn of the season and the opening of the new transfer window?
I felt so at the beginning of the season after we brought all those players in. I felt that we could get top 3 and a cup, a good run in the cup, maybe bring a cup home, and I still feel that way. I feel that we can still. We've got January. We just need to get to January. If something's available, then we can go for it. But with this team as it is, I think we got enough firepower to get us through.
Look, bottom line.
I don't, guys. I think we're short. I think we're short. And if
Where
Jesus
do you
gets,
think
we've
we're
touched
short?
on it
Where?
already. If up
Where do-
front,
where do-
if Jesus gets
yeah.
injured, where we haven't got enough goals in the team again.
I think you're sleeping on
the big
Nketiah,
problem
though.
here, guys, is the World Cup, because a lot of our players will be at the World Cup, as will a lot of other teams. And if those players get injured during the World Cup or come back lame or whatever, the squad at the moment is not strong enough. We're going to struggle. We got West Ham on Boxing Day at home. That's the first game back after the World Cup. The squad isn't strong enough. We're at least 2 players short, maybe 3. But who can we get in January that's gonna add value and add strength to the squad?
But with everybody fit, is the team good enough?
Yeah, I think. I
With
think
everybody
we're, yeah, I think we've got a good, strong first team. Really, I think we've got 2 good players in every position as well now. Whereas I don't think we had that. Maybe we're a bit light in central defence. Maybe
The drop between Party and
Right.
and the Conga's too much. That drop is too much.
Well, but the problem is Conga wasn't supposed to be the replacement for Partey. That was supposed to be El Neni, but they're both injured. See, that's the problem. When you can have a backup
drop
for every
between
position,
Partey
but
and
what
El
happens
Neni is too
when
much.
your main player and your backup's injured? Then you've got to play someone that's not actually, Sambi's not that player. He's not that CDM that we're
The
actually
drop of
after.
Party and El Neni is also not. It's also too big.
Look, remember when Arnene came in last season and people were like
particularly
looking
bad.
at him
Elneny does
and
his
he was
job, man.
putting his, but he was passing forward too, and people were like, wow, they didn't see
he
it
could
part of
actually
that
pass
game.
forward.
We didn't know that. We were all surprised, and I think give him.
How bad
he
is
had
this
one
Party
game.
injury though? Hopefully, he
I
can
think
come
he's.
back
I think he's
plus-
going to be back in a couple of weeks or so, isn't he? I think he might be back
City.
even sooner than that, maybe. But we do need him.
So
El Neni's going to be out for months, apparently. So I don't even think he'll make the World Cup, by the sounds of things.
Is it really that bad? Oh dear.
Well, he said months, yeah.
they-
So yeah.
they
he said
didn't qualify. Egypt
months,
is not in the World Cup.
isn't it?
No, they didn't
No.
qualify, did they? They lost.
Oh, didn't they? Okay.
Ghana
fine,
kicked them
yeah.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he's all right
okay.
then. Fine.
Last question from Reza. Seeing that Gabriel has made quite a few mistakes already this season, should Ben White move into centre
No.
of defence with Saliba, get Tomiyasu
No.
back at right back as is a better understanding with Saka?
No.
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 Next.
The problem is, guys, we haven't got another left-footed centre half, have we?
No,
that's
true.
the issue.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. We are a little bit short in centre back because we let Pablo. I mean, Pablo Mari was not even close to being good enough, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
No.
you get rid of your left-footed centre back. Haven't you got to replace him with another one? Is there a shortage of left-footed centre backs?
I don't know.
Generally, I don't know.
They seem sort
As
of.
Gabriel, he hasn't. I mean, he's okay, man. He's
I
actually
don't
better
think
than
he's
okay.
made. I mean, yeah, he was caught napping a little bit for the
Yeah.
He does seem to have a few
for one of the
mistakes
goals,
in
but
him.
then
Let's be honest. But I mean,
Mm.
he's been solid overall. I mean, if I look at his
Yeah.
overall performance over the years, and even in worse defenses than we've had, he's been solid. So he'll come good, I reckon.
I'm generally not concerned about our defense this year.
Fortunately,
Was it
great
Saliba's
change.
fault the Rashford first goal?
No. Rashford's first goal was just pure pace, wasn't it? Ben White's looking at him, isn't he? I mean,
He got his feet
right
in the
next to
wrong.
Ben
He got
White.
his feet in the wrong place. He had his
Yeah.
body shape wrong, didn't he? And he got his feet in the wrong place.
I think that what they tried to do was step up on him, to get him caught offside, and that didn't work. And
No.
that's all she
that
wrote.
goal
The
was
third
terrible.
goal, Ben White was keeping everyone on side, wasn't he? Ben White does not hold the line properly for the third goal, but
No.
by that stage, I think it's already pretty much done anyway.
Okay, before we move on to the next segment, I think it's the anagram. You have a choice: top 4 or Europa League. Question from Duran.
I'll take it. I'll take
Both.
Europa. If it was between the two, I'll take Europa because I'd love to.
Yeah, you can only have one. You can't have both. Jeremy,
I'd take Europa because the finals in Budapest, and I've never been there, and I want to go.
Jeremy, top 4 Europa. Jeremy's still thinking. It's a tough choice.
Top four.
Why?
Top 4.
We need to. Yeah.
So okay, Alex, you?
Well, do you reckon we'll need away points, Mark, to get the final tickets?
I don't know, Alex. So I got one easy last time for Baku, but that's a lot further away. I don't know at this stage. I'm not quite sure how these points all work now and how you get the away credits and everything. So that's maybe
buy away tickets to Zurich. I swear. The stands are going to be empty for Zurich because loads of season ticket holders have bought the tickets because you get an away point for buying the ticket, but then no one's actually going to go. So all the season ticket holders have got all these tickets, but there's no one to sell them on to, and they're not going to go themselves. They've just bought the ticket.
Yeah.
Okay, guys in the chat, let us know.
So Europa title for me.
Guys in the chat, let us know what you take: top 4 or Europa League title. I'll take the Europa League title. There's no trophy for top 4, dude.
And
There's
6th or 7th in the league.
Right?
It doesn't
matter. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It would be nice to get. It'd be nice to get both, but it'd be nice.
Yeah.
It'd be nicer to win a trophy.
If you're choosing one, I'd come 6 and get a trophy. Top 4 doesn't get you a trophy, and it gets you the same incentive of getting into the Champions League. So.
Our record in the Europa League has not been great, has it?
If we beat Spurs in the final of the Europa,
exactly. So I would like to get that.
If we beat Spurs in the final of the Europa, I'll take it. Yeah, Spurs in the final.
Yeah. Okay. Coolio. Yeah. I mean, even the chat, everybody. Warren comes with top 4. I'd love to hear his argument on that one. But everybody else,
you will.
Europa League.
I mean, the prize is the same at the end of the day. Only you get a trophy. I mean,
exactly.
Yeah. And we've got a good chance of getting it, I reckon. I don't see why our team wouldn't progress in that.
Okay,
Man United doing it, aren't they?
I'm tired of ending behind Spurs. I can't take it any
next
longer.
up, the anagram: Alden and Snold.
Who got this? Anybody get this?
Anybody get this? I'm going to give you 10 more seconds to type your answers in the chat. No, this is easy.
Snold.
Boom. Come on then, reveal the answer. No one's got it.
Alan
Sunderland. I mean, look at those shorts. I can't take him seriously.
Almost looks a little bit like Graham Souness, doesn't he? Ooh.
And next up is on this day. What happened on this day? Arsenal played their first game in the First Division. This is also the first match under Scottishman Phil Kelso, the Gunners' 5th manager. And as with their first game in the Second Division, Arsenal played Newcastle. So in this tie, playing away, they lost 3-0 to the Magpies, who went on to win the league. So back then, Newcastle was good. They won the league that season.
Those Magpies.
So yeah. Also, we do have a On This Day segment on the website, so check it out every day. Sign up to the newsletter, and you'll get it straight into your email. Cool.
So week ahead,
we are the first team to use. Yes, we were the first team. It actually the year mark on the numbers was sometime at the end of August. Not on this day, but I think it was the 27th or the 28th of August. Arsenal introduced numbers. That first time, the league didn't like the idea, but a couple of games later, they approved it. I can't tell you which year it is. Just check the website. It is somewhere there. I know I did it not too long ago. Awesome. Next week ahead.
Well,
Zurich, Europa League.
Yeah, we're winning Zurich. Zurich are rubbish.
yeah, I mean, if we,
I love it. Yeah. Will we win with our B team?
I think we could throw the 23s in there.
Yeah, we're still winning.
Yeah.
We're still winning.
We don't tend to have
shouldn't be a problem.
many issues, do we? We haven't tended to playing our B team against the Europa League teams, certainly in the group stages.
Yeah, I think.
Who's the backup centre backs?
Rob
If it's
Holding.
not Saliba and
Rob Holding.
Okay.
Yeah, we Rob Holding and Ben White, I imagine, would possibly drop in there.
We'll see Turner get a run out in goal.
Turner's going to play. No Saliba, no Gabriel at the back. White Holding, probably Tomiyasu, Tierney.
Tierney.
Yeah.
You'll probably see Sambi play. Maybe Xhaka will play, just to get that
I think Vieira will play.
Maybe.
Marquinhos.
Marquinhos could get a shot, yeah.
Marquinhos,
hopefully. Yeah, it'd be good to see
Eddie up front.
Yeah.
Eddie up front,
Eddie up front, yeah.
Is that youngster off the radar? The young guy that played last in the FA Cup. Yeah.
Oh, but now
he's at Hull. He's on loan at Hull.
With Smith Rowe injured, who do you think Martinelli will get a game? Who else is going to play there?
Rested. I mean,
yeah.
I would like to see different people playing in different positions. Getting a run out. So maybe if we use Zinchenko in the middle, and push a couple of other players up forward, just try a few different things, to be so that we're not so predictable. Because at the moment, I think the teams are getting used to our style of football, and I think we need to change things up a bit and be a little bit more unpredictable to get into those spaces.
Who do you have as captain? If you're going to swap everyone around, who would you pick as captain? Xhaka. You would still play Xhaka, would you?
Yeah, I'd play Xhaka.
Xhaka's a machine. I mean, he can play. I don't think
he has to play. We don't have.
We haven't got anybody else in the field, have we?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Because you're really going to play Sambi, so Xhaka has to play.
Yeah.
Did we make a mistake by not signing Douglas Luiz? Do you think?
I think we tried to sign him. I think we tried to, but we couldn't. They weren't.
Did we try hard enough?
Well, I mean,
I think so. I think we went back 3 times, eh?
It was 20 and 25.
Yeah. Villa declined. We went
and
back
I don't think he's worth any more than that. To be fair,
no, he isn't.
So we don't want to look like mugs paying over the odds for an average player. Really, that's the old.
Like Chelsea do, you mean?
Yeah, like Chelsea. And those
why didn't we buy a Bangingham back?
Oh
dear.
Okay, and then we got a league game against. We're playing the weekend.
Everton,
isn't it?
Everton,
yeah.
It is Everton.
I think it's a good time to play Everton. They got a team full of expensive average players, Lampard, I don't think he's a good coach. I mean, he had all the resources at Chelsea and couldn't even do it then.
Yeah.
So I don't rate him as a manager. They don't look good. I mean, Wobie's terrible, and he makes the first team week in and week out. So,
Warren has a suggestion for our midfield troubles. Go buy Conte
Anytime.
from Chelsea.
30 million for
fees.
Kante. He's not
They're
a
gonna
30
want like
million player.
50, man. What's he? 50, 60 probably. Jeez.
What his age?
How old is he? That's the other thing. Because I'm thinking he's like 25, 26. Isn't
No, he's like 39, isn't he? No, he's
to Warren,
31.
that's young,
He's 31.
To Warren, that's young. So.
But he's exactly what we need, though. Exactly what we need.
He is. He is what we need.
Yeah.
But
we do need someone in that position. I mean, you only get the thing is
Yeah,
you only
you're
get
right,
Party
it's
for
pretty
half the season anyway. He's like Tierney, and that's probably why we brought in Zinchenko. You only get Tierney for maximum half a season. You only get Party for probably half the season. So, and I don't think having a backup to fill in is good enough. I think you need a player that's equally as good as, or if not better than that player you're only going to get for half the season. That's my opinion.
Yep.
And I don't think we've got that in the Party position.
No, we haven't.
What is a hip? It's like a hip injury. It's like a recurring hip injury that he keeps on having. I don't know what the flipping hell is.
It's that curse that we have here at Arsenal. I mean,
we've had big injuries every year, haven't we? Every year, Jack Wilshere, Danny Welbeck, Rosicky, all of these guys.
Diaby,
they get injured and they're out the whole season. We always, I don't know whether it's
Van Persie, and then he goes to United.
We've been very unfortunate, and
okay. Predictions.
Which one are you doing? Zurich or both?
Both. We're doing both.
That was quiet.
I think we'll win both games. So I'm going to go. I think we'll win 2-0 in Zurich. Oh no, Alex has done that already. I'll go for.
I haven't done that.
Oh, you can't do the same, mate. I'll do 2-1. I do 2-1. Rob Holding's playing. So it's 2-1.
Okay.
And Everton will beat them. They're rubbish. We'll beat them 3-1. Arsenal 3, Everton 1.
No clean sheets then?
No, I don't think we're tight enough at the back.
No.
Bradley,
all right.
Brad in the chat is going 3-0 for Zurich and 2-1 against Everton. Go for it.
I'm going to go 4-0 for Zurich, and I will go 3-0 for Everton.
Jeremy?
Yeah.
3-0 against Zurich and 5-0 against Everton.
that would condemn Lampard.
Yeah. So Warren is saying 3-0 for both games. I am going to go Zurich. You say they're rubbish. I know they are, but
they are rubbish. Yeah, they are rubbish.
5-1 against Zurich and 4-1 against Everton.
I'm not going to go 2-0 just because you put me down presumptuously as 2-0. I'm going to go 5-0 against Zurich, and I'm going to go 2-1 against Everton. Right, 2-0 it is then. Right,
okay, guys. Just one more.
I'll change mine on those scores. I think I'll go 3-1 for the Zurich game. If you can change that, I think we'll get another goal there. Thanks.
Okay. Don't forget to check out the website www.arsenalcapetown.coza. There's quite a few articles for you to read there. Also, if you do want to write a post for the website, reach out to myself, Warren, Alex, or Morgan. We can hook you up and put your post up. If there's something Arsenal related you'd like to share with us that we don't already cover. And and then our predictor game don't forget to register on the website for our predictor game. This is what the standings look like. Those asterisks should not be there because I don't think anybody got the score right, Morgan. But the table hasn't changed. So here's the thing. This is the exact same sheet as last week because I don't think there was one Arsenal fan that predicted us losing to United. These were for the Villa game. Yeah, these are for the Villa game. So for the Villa game, they got it right. The United game, it didn't change. It just stayed the same. Everybody got it wrong for the United game. And yeah, that's it. Awesome.
Thanks everyone for coming on the
It's
show.
a good one, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys. It's been
It
real.
was better than the result.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Guys, man.
Thanks, guys. I might see you in a couple of weeks then, Alex, when you next down.
Yeah, well, I think the next one I'll be there for is the Spurs game.
Oh, is
So-
it? That's the first,
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
I'll,
then-
yeah, I'll probably see you there for that if you're around.
Before we go, the winner for the best question, I think the one question that got the most debate and most commenting was the one from Duron. Not that one, the one where he asked about the Europa League or top four.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
It was
my top
was
question
Duron.
as well.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah,
So
well done.
Duron, just reach out to Warren for your prize. He will let you know, and this is your prize. Wait, where'd it go? There we go. And the winner is Duron. I'm trying to look for his question. I totally missed it. But yeah, he asked Europa League or top four. Which one would you, as fans, want? And that's the winner.
Oh, not that one.
No, it's not that one. It's for that. It's
Oh,
before
yeah,
that.
okay.
I'm trying to find it. I just can't.
Cool.
Cool.
All right.
But anyway,
Thanks a lot,
no
guys.
props.
Thanks
See
for
you
all the
guys.
comments.
Cheers, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
See you soon.
Have a great
Cheers. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Gunners.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.